direct. And today we're going to have the final of the Battle for Atlantis. And that's Louisville, and we have the Cardinals against the Cardinal, which is a interesting matchup by team. The cover is for this tournament, although there's another one that we're going to be doing as well. So at the moment, I'm just about to send out the invitations here. Just if you give me a moment, I'll do that now. For Atlantis final, Las Vegas Invitational final. All right, so we have Cards' team playing today. We have Brandon's Stanford team playing today. Just about to push this one out. Okay, send this out to Twitter. And earlier today, my Crichton team won the Wooden Legacy, so there's a few tournaments all happening around the same time. We did advance a week, so therefore that's why it kind of shows up that way. But I'm going to be advancing and playing this soon because I got plans and I've got dinner, so I need to get this cracking here. Okay. All right. We have Stanford, Louisville. Let's see top ranked teams. All right, we'll see which one goes first. Okay. All right. So this is probably for someone who comes and tunes in later, but this is the two finals we have tonight. And right now, I'm going to take off the intro screen. All right, so one of the games, Northwestern, BYU. Will Bauer, huge player on their team, 28 points a game right now, having a crazy season. Orion Mitchell for Northwestern. That's this matchup shows BYU favored 2.5 points. On our other matchup tonight, we have Stanford, Louisville. Louisville's not Mike Gray, their star player, big signing for this year. He's Louisville's favored 8.5 in this tournament in Atlantis. All right, time to get to the action here. And we're into our first one. It's going to be the Las Vegas Invitational Final. So here's the starting lineup. Orion Mitchell, Marcus Sims, the backcourt duo here, both seniors for Northwestern. They're the ones who get it done. Will Bauer is the spark for BYU. BYU being ranked now. And let's get to the tip. No time to waste. All right. I definitely need to turn my sounds way down here. I don't think you guys can hear that on your end, but in my ear, it's really, really loud. All right. All right, well, anyways, I'll deal with it, but the play-by-play is loud as hell in my earphone. All right, so Will Bauer hasn't started off too hot yet. It's way early in the game. Definitely want to try to get this audio off here. Okay, so that helps. All right. Richard Archie for 3 takes BYU up. Now, Northwestern, I'm not too familiar with them this season, but it's a Big Ten battle. It's not always one that is easy to win in that conference. The Las Vegas Invitational. I'm just going to hit up the chat with a few more messages here. So Louisville versus Stanford's our next matchup. But for now, we're going to see if Will Bauer is the insta buckets. Right now, he hasn't scored any points yet. So it's good to see Crichton at the bottom of the top 25 there. I'm happy with that. Finally cracking into it and needing to get that improvement in prestige. So nice to see that. Will Bauer for 3. Yeah, exactly. The game should handle some things of if players do get cut, it could go to a portal or it could go to I don't know, transfers maybe, but no one cuts anyone good, obviously, unless they're a real problem. But, some players just disappear from the game, so. How's St. Louis the Billikens doing now? Are you still undefeated? You said you were like 8-0 or something last time. All right, BYU takes the 7-point lead so far. So we got Baylor, who's into the top 10 here. They crack in with a 9-0 record. They're one to look out for. Yeah, maybe St. Louis can crack the top 25. That would be a good story then. Yeah, Texas A&M. Graham signed some guys that were decent at camps. So that one won't be too easy. And just taking a peek, and it looks like the Clippers are going to beat the Mavs here, even though Luka scores pretty much all their points. But anyways, back to this one. This is the Las Vegas Invitational. And actually, Orleans Arena, it's somewhere I was last 2 years ago, seeing the game there. It's kind of like being in a school play. There's a stage, and it's like a warehouse. But it was a friendly casino for my friends. I think a couple of those slot machines paid out all right. And there was a whole tournament there, too. Oh, yes. I took some offers, eh? Well, the thing is, like, all these players are being chased by the same people. So BYU is up 4, almost to the end of the first half. I'm sure Cavs will be pretty happy to hear about his team being in this one, not being blown out by BYU so far. I saw your comment from the chat about Arlen Brinkley. I think it's, 1.9 GPA? That's hilarious. Yeah, you know what, though? I have a guy that was a top 5 camper, Tim Gandy. He's terrible. Some of these guys are like, it's based on overall for the camp. So if the guy's like super high on free throws and like some other garbage, discipline or something, then they get a boost where I think you can catch some of them, the top 25s from a camp that are good in certain areas, because you see them come up in the transfer portal. They're not well known, so it's not all guaranteed. So there's definitely a way to kind of zoom the lens in on a few ratings areas and probably find some, non-traditional, top 5 campers just that are advertised that way. So don't be so sure about the blind top 5 camp stuff. It's definitely overall for some different areas. I mean, it doesn't help to hurt to have one of those guys though. That's for sure. You definitely know it's not going to be a bust. Yeah, the overall is definitely like a combination of things. So I think the camps as well are based on that, and therefore it then gives you a chance to kind of, I don't know, if you can have a lot of people on your watch list, that could be all right. But it's a bit tough because what you can do is, I mean, you kind of hope in state, you watch list, I guess by a positional need, and then you try to see if you can catch something interesting that says, like, this player was a top 10 regional, and then no one knows about that player. I had Eric Branch was like that last year. Eric Branch is a guy that I ended up bringing in. I used to get mad at him. He wouldn't come visit. But then he ended up signing at South Bama, and he's really good, actually. So I'm happy that I ended up going for that guy. I don't think anyone knew about him too much. Yeah, 5 out. So I've never tried to do a whole guard system. It makes sense in some ways, but then you just see teams pounded inside, and it's really concerning to not run offenses like this. All right, back to the game. We're almost at the half here. Northwestern's sticking in this one, trying to win. That should get them some exposure if Orion Mitchell can own Will Bauer today. I started looking at those suggestions a bit, and I think I'm going to play around a bit for my guys. Richard McPherson, a guy at South Bama. He's a 95 outside, and I'm definitely going to play around for that guy to just, jack threes as many times as he can. All right, for the second half, get this going. Yeah, 5 out with mid-range. I don't know if that means they step in, take shots from there. But the thing is with 5 out, you're mostly trying to do that against the man, right? Because you're going to be running some offenses that break zones in the first place. So you kind of have some offenses already that are based like that, where everyone's just shooting out the 2-3 zone or whatever it is. And then you're running your full-time offense to be a little bit similar too, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's so dangerous about 5 out is you do it to suit your team, but then you haven't built your long-term investment on players in your program, on your plays, and then if you have to make a switch, you get a good center that comes in, everything changes. So kind of a situation I have like that with San Diego State. Terrible roster right now. The last of whatever was spawned to my team. They have walk-ons almost playing, but I do have a transfer coming in. It looks pretty decent. But then, I don't want to just make a team strategy to accommodate the gaps in the team or whatever. But you could, I guess, if you're one of those one and done schools that bring in those players in the top 10, because by the time they actually learn anything, it's the same idea. Well, Cav, man, don't break my game, man, or the league. You've already broken it twice. One thing is Gary gets super annoyed if people try to game the game or whatever. We fixed a bug the other day where he didn't report it, but someone found out they could advance CBGM a couple of days. And he's like, okay, I'll fix it. It was on that date. But was like, he's like, I really don't like it when people find these things or try to break the system. So I don't know. Don't get too funky, man. That's for sure. The thing is, like, if your team ends up like winning all the time based on something, then it's suspect anyway. So, but I'm not here accusing you that you're going to end up being that way, but just saying. Well, all right, let's get back to the action here. So, Richard Archie for 3. Orion Mitchell answers back, gives Northwestern the lead. 18 points so far. Nobody's talking enough about him. Will Bauer is cold right now, 2 for 11. And Orion Mitchell gets the overlay, 20-plus points 6 times this season. And we got 11 minutes to go to determine the winner of the Continental Tire Las Vegas Invitational on Fox Sports 1. So right now, Kevs is definitely experimenting. He's got 5 outs running there. Anyone's watching the man-to-man offenses, you can kind of have a peek there. Kevs looks like he runs a 1-2-2 zone. Richard Bryson. Derek Fleming missed with the rebound. We got BYU up 2. The refs are getting it. BYU's trying to get in the ref's head. But Northwestern, Orion Mitchell, big 3. 25 points tonight. Orion Mitchell is making a name for himself tonight, live, prime time, somewhat prime time, 2 hours earlier than normal. And BYU takes the lead back. So we're dealing with one of those games where, you know, it shows like 24 lead changes. They're exchanging punches. Speaking of punches, is Logan Paul going to beat Floyd Mayweather tonight? That would be ridiculous. Las Vegas has it at, I don't know, minus 700 for Mayweather, plus 400. 4 times your money for Logan Paul. That's a joke. Mayweather only fights people he can beat, so I don't think it's intending to be anything crazy there. So Will Bauer's on the bench now. He's come off, not maybe because he's too tired, but it looks like BYU has their best player off with 6 minutes to go. Some crunch time here. Same idea with Orion Mitchell. He's out. So both these teams seem to be handling it this way. Well, right now, BYU has the 9-point lead with 5 minutes left. Can Northwestern pull the comeback? No, it's cards. There's 2 tournaments happening right now. The first one is the one for Desired and Kebs. Desired was probably going to wake up, want to watch this live, but I got no time, man. I got to do this. I need the rest of my night back. And then up 13 right now. Looks like Desired is going to be a happy man. I can't see Kevs coming back in this one. It would be pretty heroic. Yeah, I don't know. Louisville is not ranked. What is up with that? I think I just filled out the top 25 at the bottom again, and I don't know, man. You're going to need this tournament, I think. At least we get to see Mike Gray in action. So that's your big signing. Hopefully you get 4 years of that guy. And this game's almost wrapped up. And then we're going to the last final, the battle for Atlantis, Bahamas. Yeah, Sweet 16 vibe. Well, it's all a rebuild, right? We're Crichton is definitely. I think the turnaround's going to happen faster though with Crichton, especially for the 7 guys I'm bringing in. That finally, no matter what happens, there'll be guys slotting into starting roles that can be decent. So yeah, it's a bit of a 4-year expectation to put a team to the way you actually want it in terms of distribution, breakdown. Yeah, so Barnes was someone I was trying to get with my crappy team with Prairie View. So oh no, was it South Bama? Maybe, I think South Bama actually did try to get him. I'm surprised you knew though, if you actually, maybe you put guards and you saw from camps and then, I don't know, Barnes came in as I think he's only a top 25 though, he's not, oh, he was top 10 actually, I think. So Cards, you weren't here, I was saying about how, camps may just be mostly overall grade. So it is possible outside the top 5 of camps to get there's better players out there. It's not guaranteed just top 5 is the best guys. All right, that's your final. Unfortunately for Cavs, Northwestern's run stops here. BYU, Will Bauer had a terrible game, yet they still win. So congratulations to Desired. He wins this one. And we're going to get to our second and last game of the night right now. We got Stanford, we got Louisville, we got the Cardinal against the Cardinals. And let's get to this action here. So Barnes was top 10, I think, Memphis. All right, here's the chance. So it shows below the last games, I guess. So you crunched Georgia, the day before. All right, here we go, Cards. Good luck, man. Good luck to Brandon as well. Here's the starting lineup one more time. Mike Gray, obviously, he's the man to look out for, that freshman. Diaper Dandy. And who's looking? Stanford rather replace Richard Brown, but they have a lot of depth here. A lot of players scoring at least 10 a game. And let's get to this tip-off. And there's the court in the Atlantis. It looks like the big fish tank kind of court, which is cool. You get a little bit of aqua water here, aquamarine. But it's always fun to have these tournaments, see the courts, get into the action. These invitational tournaments can be quite fun. Finally, a lot of our teams are in them, so it's well distributed. And let's pay attention, I guess, to the game right now. 1-2-2 zone for Louisville. And Jason Wheel with the dunk from Mike Gray with the dish. The big man handing it off. And he had a steal right before that. And Mike Gray getting his stats, next rebound. So Cards, you're going to make it. You'll be able to watch this whole game then, eh? Those boards, yeah. Well, glad you could catch the live action, even though I threw everyone off with the timing. So Wheels getting fouls, turnovers here with King. Wheels offensive rebound, put back, 7-footer. This is a slow grind out game right now. 4 minutes in, 4 points. So this is a defensive battle at the moment, which is interesting because Stanford has a lot of scoring and distribution. Online chess, like speed chess. What did everyone, after everyone watched Queen's Gambit, I guess there's chess craze again or whatever. So the big thing I would be interested to watch here for your team is, Mike Gray, how his stamina kind of looks at different points of the game. There is a little insight that you can get in this 2D to see exactly on the depth chart when guys are getting yoinked out of the lineup, how quickly their fatigue is going down. So we got a tight one, tie game, 4s, almost 7 minutes in the battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas. Yeah. Chess is an alright strategy game, obviously. It's gets kind of annoying thinking of all the combinations and steps as you're playing it, just to try to think how many steps ahead. But I'll stick to CB21 DDS. So Jason Wheel for 3. He's a guard with 5 rebounds. So Mike Ray is out. This is Cards' rest time, I guess. Around the on your depth chart, you do it around the 8 or the 10 minute mark. Looking like you do it around the 8. Oh, dudes, yeah, you know what? It's really confusing to look at the bottom there, and then usually I always thought it was like the guards were, because Bauer actually, it goes to the top now, but then you look at the other box scores and the guards are in the bottom too. Yeah, this is different. Yeah, box scores in these. Okay, I got you. Yeah, if you look at if you go to halftime, you'll see where the guards are, I think, below. Well, Stanford right now has a 7-point lead. They're going to need Mike Gray back in the lineup, Louisville, pretty soon. We got the Pac-12, the butt of all jokes. Terrible recruiting. Big Ten at least has redeemed themselves in the recruiting a bit. I think Pac-12 might be my conference I'm going to make fun of. So Mike Gray's back in the lineup. Not too much damage, 7-point difference. You need a team with just all last names that are like colors. You could have red, gray, black. Well, even white's in this. What else is there? Green. Mike Gray, foul and 1, hits the free throw. Yeah, my boy Blue. Cards back into that 1-2-2 zone. And we got Stanford running a 1-2-2 the other way as well. Interesting. You'd think then that Louisville would know how to play that defense from practicing it all the time. So we got a big three from Malik Young, and Stanford's up 10, getting towards the end of the first half. Grimes. Were you spawned some good players? Because I was given absolutely nothing on any of my team. San Diego State must have some of the most terrible. Well, Creighton was the worst. No bigs whatsoever. Grimes is a recruit. Nice. The game gets so much more fun when your players are the ones in the lineup. I know that, I know each and every player, especially from the recruiting after a while, and especially at the pace this league goes at, then we're all really going to get familiarized with our guys. Another thing that's going to be good is the name file. I got a new version updated, and it's 4,000 first names with all weighted towards African American names and stuff. So it's going to be funny seeing some of these guys, probably some white guys with some different kinds of names too. But it's something that's going to be much better for the game. And I played around with it already. It's going to be pretty good. It beats seeing these kind of names like they look like all these players should be from England or something. So Louisville is in trouble a bit. 14 points. We're getting towards the end of the first half. In our final, which is the battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas. Can Louisville make a comeback in the second half, or at least make it reasonable before the end of the first half? Louisville's coach is giving it to them. Brian Scott, I guess, is giving it to the refs. And the referee is ignoring H. Ballinger, whoever that is, on Stanford. And Louisville is down 16 in this live performance. Well, let's hope we see a big comeback in the second half. 2 free throws from Black here. That helps. If Louisville can get a stop and a possession the other way, they can get this game in reach. Although most people will be like, oh, my team plays way better when it's not in a 2D sim or whatever. But I don't know. I guess this is just a slow version of how all the plays propagate. So I don't know. I think it's pretty similar. All right, let's get to the second half. And if you look over here, that's weird. I pressed play. The second half started. But see the guards? These are guards, right? And the game's on right now. But the guards are on the bottom there. So, and then at the top. All right. And Mike Gray's the center in the middle. So this game has already started. So let's keep it going. Mike Gray rebound. And then this one, the center's at the very bottom of the list, right? Louisville needs to save face here. So Donald Black with a 12-foot jumper. All right, 17-point game. This is not looking good right now for the Louisville Cardinal. Yeah, they definitely need to get an offense that seems like you can get it into the post to Mike Gray. So, are you running an offense right now with offensive balance? Oh, 20-point lead here. It's getting a bit sickening. ACC needs to stand out here. I think Louisville partied a little too hard at the nightclubs in Nassau. Too many shots at Senior Frogs. Well, we know one team partied hard. Well, right now we have 20 points for 25 minutes of the game. That's something's got to give. And Stanford continues to pour it on here. Mike Gray needs to get more touches. He only has 3 shots all game. Oh, nice. What's up, Aaron? You're going to have this stream and channel back tonight. Aaron's got a live stream tonight, everyone, if you're not aware. At 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. The Colorado Rockies rebuild is coming from Aaron tonight from Around the World Sports. So stay tuned on our network. He'll be on later. Colt Carlisle, that's a good name. 13 minutes or so to go here. Stanford is all over Louisville in this one. Scott King for 3. Gets them within 14. Yeah. Yeah, random task here for Aaron's other stream. So Colorado Rockies, Coors Field. I believe it'll be after the trade deadline, or probably some action going to the off season. But I'll let him come on the network and let everyone know, and I'll get the word out. But we're here, CBGM, the College Basketball General Manager League. Website is cbgm.news. Check it out. We have media, we have articles, we do videos, we do lots of good stuff. College basketball. Matt Williams, 18-foot jumper. And Mike Gray is off right now. So, if anything, it could get worse. But the bench right now for Louisville is coming through. Jason Wheel, couple free throws. But it's been a busier network. We have cards coming on. These invitational tournaments are only kind of on right now, and then you probably won't hear me on the network until our postseason here at CBGM. So some live streams early in the year, and then a bit of a break for us from the live stuff. But feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you're not aware of what this is. But I think it's safe to say only people that are kind of in this CBGM universe are all over this one. But the 19-point lead, 30 points for Louisville in a quarter of the game done. Offense is a bit dry here for Louisville. Mike Gray with a dunk. Slam it at home. So Mike Gray needs to start being a shack attack on these teams here. 4 shots is not going to cut it. You need to get the ball to him inside. Mike Gray offensive board. What's he going to do with it? They're moving it around. Robbie Correa misses the 3. but was fouled and hits 1 of 2. It's not out of reach too. Oh, that 3 definitely was bad. 17 seemed like he could have got it to 10, but then Malik Young just shot with his eyes closed. Probably end up still being a top 20 pick of the CBGM. Their scouting is not very good, those computer teams. I wonder if, I'm really hoping that guy Myers can be a guy that emulates some Mike Gray qualities. Mike Gray was still a top 25 player, I believe, and if he wasn't, I mean overall, so he's a 5-star. Hopefully he stays more than a year. Yeah, top 10 at Indy. Then he was a bit out of the range that makes them usually not go pro right away. Big dunk from Mike Gray, set up by Bill Grimes. We got 5 minutes left. Okay, so outside, here's a 4-star with a top 10. Oh man, that's a nice player. Get that longevity. Louisville's got it down to 13. Gradually, as we're not paying attention here, they are chipping away at the lead. This might be under 10 pretty soon, and then making it a respectable outcome. Turnover, Stanford there. Louisville working the ball around. Mike Gray does turn the ball over there, which sucks because he does have all his energy. He's not tired or anything. Mike Gray getting boards here. He's got 5 rebounds to go with his 10 points. Horace Ballinger dunk and 1 on Donald Black. So Brandon is getting his Stanford Cardinal. They've come out to play to represent the Pac-12. We got 2 minutes left to go in this game. Mike Gray is the best player for Louisville tonight. But let's take a look at Stanford a bit. We haven't talked about them tonight. Their distribution is showing themselves. They got Williams, Young, and Foster spreading it around, shooting over 50%. And 6 of 10 from the 3-point line, 60%. Louisville is not shooting well from behind the arc. They shot 47% for the game, Stanford, while Louisville, 17 turnovers, 35% field goal percentage. This is not a memory that Cards wants to have of an Invitational ever again. So, offensive rebound, Mike Gray. Well, you can look at the box to see who has the turnovers. 30 seconds left. Stanford running the clock down. Mike Gray got an extra. He's got a double-double out of nowhere, Mike Gray. 12 and 10. And that's your ball game. The Stanford Cardinal are the champions in the Bahamas, the battle for Atlantis. That's your outcome. I would like to thank everyone for who could make it tonight to the stream. Turnover King was king. So, pun intended. And D Black with 4 turnovers. But King was 6 turnovers. That's not good. But thanks, everyone. Catch you in the live chat. Come to our Discord. 2,100 people on it on GM Games. CBGM, 125 live teams. Human teams, I mean. Come check us out. If you don't know about us, details in the description. Yep, thanks. Good night.